Alright, got another Mailbag Monday video for you here. We got 5 envelopes in this package here. Let's see what we got in them. And up first we have this package here. Not sure what's in it, but we're about to find out. Whatever it is very well packaged. Got bubble wrap and some cardboard. Oh yes, I remember this. Alright, so what we have here is a vintage Lookout Mountain Incline Railway brochure. I want to say this is from the 50s or 60s, in that time frame. Yeah, it looks like 50s or 60s. Gives you a little bit more information about it. And to be honest with you, I don't think they do brochures anymore. You might see them some places that have the hotels that have the little brochure packs or brochure stands around them. But don't recall seeing them when we were up that area. And this still has a Confederama, which is no longer called that. It's a different name now. But I thought that was pretty cool. I have a couple of these, not this particular one, and it had a very reasonable price on it, so I decided to get a hold of it. And up next we have another envelope here. Do not bend. I appreciate the subtleties of protecting the cards. Let's see if I can get into this one. We're just going to do it the old-fashioned way and use my fingers. All right. Let's see what we got here. The Incline Incline up Lookout Mountain, Chattanooga, Tennessee. There's a card number there. Now, I've never seen one like this, or at least one with this picture on it. What caught me is interesting. If you look down here at the bottom, it looks to be a trolley car. I don't know if there was... I don't recall ever hearing about one in the area, but, you know, I'm not a historian. So, let's see if my camera's going to work on. There we go. Tells you a little bit more about it. But I have a lot of these cards. If you watch this channel, you know I have a lot of these cards. But this one right here, just the scene. I've never seen one, so I decided I had to have this one. And up next, I could tell by just the address and the envelope, this comes from Refried Jeans. That's where I get a lot of my cards from. Usually I get about 4 or 5. Sometimes I get one. You know, try to bundle them up with them. And I was right. Okay, let's see what I got out of this one. Looks like I got 3 of them here. We'll start with this one here. Okay. This is the Mississippi Waterway, Mississippi River Waterway experiment that happened, I can't remember off the top of my head. I used to remember the history of it. I've actually been out there and did a little video on it. I'll put it up here on the screen, what it kind of looks like today. And this one says Vicksburg. The one that I went to was just west of Jackson, Mississippi. I don't know if maybe they consider that area Vicksburg. I don't think so at the time. maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there was actually two of them. I don't remember hearing two of them. Only one I know of is the one that was right there outside Jackson. And basically what this was is, this is a scale creation of the Mississippi River, and all this little pieces right here is actually metal. It's like riffraff is what they call it, I believe, and it has different parts of the towns and cities along the river. And what they were doing is seeing how dams and levees and such affected the towns below it. It was basically for flood control, and it was built by POW prisoners. Pretty interesting. It's all now abandoned. You can actually still go out there and visit it. It's at Buddy Betts Park, just outside of Jackson. They have actually a group of people that go out there, and they've been trying to clean it all up and everything. It's it's interesting. It's one of those things you don't see too often. You'll never see it again. But I just thought it was cool. Like I said, I went out there a couple of times and explored it a little bit. Not nearly enough as I should, but I'll get back out there sooner or later. I thought this was pretty cool. Just something interesting you definitely don't see every day. And now that same pack out of the USS Alabama. My daughter and I, we go out there probably once a year, maybe a year and a half. We go out there, take a look at it. It's pretty interesting. Let's see if this has a date on it here. Postmark looks like 1971, which is probably about right, because actually now the ship is not floating. Actually around it they put a encasement around it, and it's actually sitting in mud, which is probably for the better off. It stabilizes it. And actually right here in this area now is a big aviation. I say big, it covers this whole area right here to the right of it and part of this parking lot. It's a big aviation, big hangar that has planes and helicopters and things like that nature. And actually off out to this way is the USS Drum. But it's interesting. You can go out there and tour the whole ship, and a couple times a year they do live history reenactments of it, and we've done that a couple times. And I'll leave a couple of links to those videos up here on the top, let you take a look at if you're more interested in it. And the last one from this bunch here is the Friendship Oak at Gulf Park College in Gulfport, Mississippi. I've been by here hundreds of times, never stopped by there and looked at it. Tree's 150 years old, limb spread of 136 feet, 70 foot tall, and circumference of about 14 foot. It says a high noon 600 people can stand under the shade of this tree. Right now it's actually blocked off or roped off, so they don't want people hanging on it and destroying it and that sort of thing. But I'm going to get back out there and take a look at it and see how it looks at present day, and bring this postcard along with me, and I'll show you what it looks like now versus how it looked back then. This is probably 30s, 40s, sometime that time frame. Pretty interesting. It'd be interesting to see how it's changed, or if it's changed over the last 80 years or so. And up next we have this one here in a legal size envelope. I'm gonna use your fingers again. I'm not sure what's in it. Alright. Looks like an invoice. Some cardboard protected. See? I like that. Now what this is, if we can get to focus, Admiral Bowen Inn. This is on the Biloxi Beach, or was on the Biloxi Beach. Pretty sure it's no longer there. I'm going to do a little research and see if there's something in its place. And the postmark looks like it says 1980. I was born in 81. Yeah, it looks like right there, 9 December 1980. So this was in the 80s. I'm pretty sure it's probably still there then. It's just a different name. I'm gonna do a little research and see what was there, what is there now. Go out there one day and take a look at it. Maybe try to recreate this whole little scene. I thought it was kind of interesting. Biloxi's not too far from me. And up next we got this larger envelope here. Not sure what's in it, so I'm old faithful fingers here. That seemed to work out. Okay. One postcard, no problem. All right. This is the Sky Bridge at Rock City in it's in Georgia, actually. A lot of people think it's in Tennessee. It's in Georgia, Lookout Mountain area. Didn't have this postcard. Really didn't, you know, not that I didn't want it, but I figured I like to have it in my collection. Just kind of complete the collection, I guess you will. You know, it's just interesting the way it looks. It's nothing fancy or anything inspiring or, you know, whatever. But I figured to just complete the complete my collection I have of these cards, somewhat. I'm never gonna stop collecting these cards, I don't think. All right, one last envelope here. I believe this is from old refried jeans again. Yep. Usually the little postmarks on the front. They're trying to trick me, it looks like. I know how they package their cards, so I can use the old knife on it. Yep, I was right. Let's see what I got in this one here. I just got two of them this time here. It's another view of Incline up Lookout Mountain. I'm going to go back and pull out this other card that I got earlier. Let you look at the differences in them. This is the one I had earlier. This is the one I got out of this package. You can see the subtle differences in it. From, looks like the way that road there turned at one point. Looks like there's a building or an awning over all that area there. See, this is the kind of thing that, you know, kind of made me get into collecting these postcards, is just the, you know, spotting the differences and seeing how the history of things changed and the area changed and things that you'll never see again type thing. All right, this is Albert Pick Motel. Albert Pick Motel, they were a fairly, you know, popular chain back in the 60s and 70s and maybe the 80s, if I'm not mistaken. This is in Chattanooga. I actually looked up what is here now. I want to say it's just a empty parking lot or empty lot. I can't remember off the top of my head because I looked at it right when I bought it. You can go there on Google and I'll see if I can pull up a screenshot of that address there, see what it looks like today. But I thought this was kind of interesting because it's not there anymore. Definitely not there anymore. And I don't even think the Albert Pick Motel, you know, chain of motels is even relevant anymore. So, like I said, this is, you know, one of the reasons why I got stuff like this. Just, you know, remember the past, the history of the areas that I've been to and involved with, and so on and so forth. But still pretty cool. Alright, so I went here to Google Earth, typed in the address, and it looks like the buildings are still here. It looks like there's one towards the top middle there that's missing. So I was actually wrong. I must have been thinking of something else. So we're going to click on the street view here and see what this is. Back up a little bit. Zoom into it here. And it looks like it's a Moccasin Bin Brewing Company and Lookout Mountain Suites. So there is a brewery here, and you can still stay in the hotel, you know, daily, weekly, monthly type thing. So it actually is still there. Pretty interesting. I thought it was all gone by now. Alright, so that completes this week's Mailbag Monday video. didn't get one done last week because of the cruising the coast and all that stuff going on. So, you know, kind of apologize for that. Anybody that was looking forward to it. Got a bunch of different interesting selections here this week. Some things that changed right there before our very eyes. Some things that have been around for hundreds of years that hasn't changed too much. Changed a little bit. Definitely looks different than that. And I'm not too sure. Some things that are close to me and things that are not. Anyways, got a nice little selection, I do believe. And guess we're going to call it quits here on this one. But anyways, I appreciate y'all watching, and we'll see you next time.